Kazza, everybody, big news going on in the Fallout universe because we've got a buttload of awesome stuff coming to the PTS. Now, if you're not familiar with PTS, that is basically the people over there on the PC side. You lucky buggers you. But I'm going to give you some cliff notes on this because me reading it to you is going to be absolutely pointless. So I'm going to link this down below as well as a few other things that will probably help you out if, like me, for one of the things that you can see at the bottom of the screen that says special loadouts, you're not familiar with building loadouts, I will link the loadout builder, so when that finally comes into the game, we can have a bit of fun and build some custom loadouts. But let's kick it off. So the first thing that is coming is the fact that special loadouts are now going to be a thing. Now, special loadouts, I believe, were actually not leaked, but kind of hinted to a while ago. Now, I really like the fact that special loadouts are in this because I don't have a build. I will always tell people this, which is funny because people always rag on me for not having a build, apart from like Tonic. Tonic loves the fact that I don't have a build, and he's so sweet because he just told me that he's thinking of me. Oh, I love you, Tonic. But I don't have a build, and I've not been able to do things in the game like fight Earl, or I've never been the one to initiate a nuclear launch and fight the Queen. So with this, I will finally be able to actually do that. I will be able to have Loadout 1 as my current build, which, though I say current build, it only really is designed around carry weight. It's not really I guess it's like a mule pack build? I don't know. So, using like Loadout 2 and Loadout 3, and I'm pretty sure you only start with 3 loadouts at the beginning. So at level 5 you'll have 1, and then as you go up in level, I believe you get extra ones. Like I said, read this popper, I'm only giving you the cliff notes right here. So on my second loadout, I'll be able to have like a bloodied build, or a heavy gunner build, or a pistol build, or whatever, and hopefully be like, you know, one of the people that you see online who can 3-shot a Scorch Beast Queen or 1-shot Earl. I'll finally have a build like that so I can do the events. Who knows? But special loadouts are really great. Now, as we continue down, by the way, I've separated these out into major and minor. There's 7 updates that are coming to the PTS overall, which will then most likely make it into the game, depending on the feedback from the community. 4 of these are kind of like major updates, special loadouts being the first one, and then you've got 3 minor ones, which aren't quite bad, but they do actually help people. Now, I will say, as we stop right here, when you do a new loadout, you're not only doing your perk cards, but you're doing your special points as well. It's like a full reset at the beginning, but because if you're like, you know, a high level already, you've got enough to put into all your stuff, so you can set everything back out again. You're sorted, way to go. You've now got your new build. Say you want to be a crafter, you've got a new crafting build. Don't like that. It's simple, right? Click of a button, swap between builds. How awesome is that? Now as we move down, we move on to the one that I am the most excited for because it pretty much pertains to me and the community that I exist in, which is the building side of Fallout. Camp slots are a kick in the teeth of awesomeness. I was not expecting, no one was expecting this. I don't think this had been hinted at any point, which was great. So, brief loadout on what a camp slot is. You will have a camp slot, a camp slot, a camp slot. I don't know how many you'll have, but we can see that there's 3 there. So we're going to take them. That says Jake 1, Jake 2, and my camp 3. Now, the way this works is you can build multiple camps in different locations, but you can only have 1 camp going at a time. So, this guy appears to be currently working on Jake 2 in the picture. That's cool. But say he wants to maybe build a different camp. Let's say we'll call it My Camp 4, and that camp's going to be dedicated to, I don't know, being a raider up in the Savage Divide. You can go to the Savage Divide, you can put your camp down, you can build it, and your other camps still exist. They're just not in. You swap between camps all over. You have no idea how excited I am for this. I can now finally build 1 camp dedicated to my guy in game, the only character I have, and then I can move all across the map building random different camps, tearing them down every time, not having to worry about the fact that is this spot taken up by someone, or, you know, I really like this camp but I want to make a new video, I'm going to have to tear my camp down. I don't have to do that anymore. I can build just YouTube camps all over the spot and keep my own current player home where I need it. I am stoked for this. You have no goddamn idea how erect I am. Not really, but I'm so excited that camp slots are actually coming to this. Now, there will be some things that don't work kind of with them all, which are, as it says, just right here. Display cases will be separate per camp. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. That really is basically just like, say you set up a medical camp, you can have displayed on, blood bags or whatever, and then you build a new camp dedicated to weapons selling or something like that. You can just display guns. That's okay. Now, each camp does have its own budget, which is cool, because that means that you don't have to like build tiny minuscule camps all across the map, because they've each got their own budget. That is awesome. Next on the list, daily ops. Now there's 3 right here. We've got daily ops, aim assist, batch crafting, and then you can see down at the bottom world activity menu updates. Now the daily ops and the batch crafting are the last 2 on the major list, whereas the aim assist and the world activity are kind of like the minor stuff. So it'll probably be major for some of them, and I don't like the fact that it says in the aim assist one that they're adding aim assist to help players who use controllers more easily snap their crosshairs to enemies and stay on target. Do people think we're Luddites and we can't aim? I've got a pretty decent shot, and I also use explosive weapons, so I've got that AoE effect. If I'm using a sniper rifle, I can shoot the wings off a fucking bloatfly from 8 billion miles away, and I use a controller. So I think that's a little bit condescending, but it is probably going to help quite a few people. So aim assist, not that bad. However, daily ops expansion, fucking finally. Now I hate daily ops. And then Bethesda came out and were like, yeah, we're going to fix daily ops. And I was like, all right, okay, thanks for that. See you in a bit, Bethesda. And then they went, whoa, where are you going? Here's an expansion. And I was like, oh, you've piqued my interest now. Thank you very much. So they managed to finally fix the daily op reward system, which is great, because I finally actually got some new... I got like 4 new plans that I haven't had over the past 2 days. And you know what I haven't got? Repeats of plans that I've had. I no longer have 8,000 of stupid, radioactive plan signs or Valley Galleria. I've got new stuff. It was so good. And then that I read that in this new daily op, which is called Decryption, enemies in Decryption, and it's right here, enemies in Decryption have extra deadly attacks that will bypass your armor resistance. I read that and went, right, so I can't play that, because the only thing that keeps me alive at the minute is my armor. My armor and my perk card, that when I drop between a specific amount of health, I shoot back up using an automatic stim pack. That, I was like, right, so I can't play the new daily op. But then I realised loadouts come into it. So, because loadouts are coming, I can now have a dedicated daily ops loadout, and that I don't have to worry about that. That's really cool. That shows actual proper planning on Bethesda's part for linking things together. It's like someone's kicked them in the ass and they finally got off and done something. I'm so excited. Now, the decryption mode looks like it's going to work on you having to actually be a little bit stealthy. So that's kind of cool, because at the minute my stealth's pretty high. And even if I build like a stealth build, it's going to be pretty high anyway. And it does say, by the way, of course, there will also be new rewards for you for your efforts, like new weapon plans and loot. So be sure to keep some room in your inventory. Yeah, we've got 12,000, inventory now, and people have already used it, which is pretty funny. But man, daily ops. Every time you click up, it says daily operations, and like there's a big list that it looks like it could fill out, and it's just got that one really boring one that everybody repeats over and over and over and over and over again, because there's nothing else to do. So it's finally nice to see some life being breathed, breathed, whatever the fucking word is, into the game. I'm finally actually going to take daily ops seriously. I know I don't at the minute. I just kind of sit there and grind them out and try and get the BOS armor, but I can finally take them seriously. Now the final one on the major section of this is the batch crafting. Yes! People have been asking this for months after the game went 1.0. Batch crafting is something that this game has desperately needed for a long time. Instead of, killing 20 mole rats or 10 dogs and then having to go, come on, and literally give yourself a repetitive strain injury, we can finally just go, what's that? I've got 50 of these, click, 50, that's how many I need done. Oh, what's that? I've got 50 of these, but I only want to craft 25. Well, you click it, and like it says in the thing, it's going to add in crafting sliders. You can just scrooch that down to 25, click it, and you've just created 25, and you've still got 25 left for, I don't know, turning into fertilizer when it becomes whatever. batch crafting is something that this game has desperately needed for a while. It will make doing things in this game a whole lot easier. If you're prepping, for example, for a daily op, and you're like, shit, I've got to make a buttload of ammo, you no longer have to go for like 30 minutes. All you do is go, right, I need X amount of ammo. Let's say I need 2,000 ammo. Click. Scroll, 2,000. Click. Done. It's like 30 seconds of work at max. Thank you, Bethesda gods. Thank you very much. That is absolutely massive. Now, the final kind two, like I said, is the World Activity Menu update, which just shows that they're going to be adding much more than daily ops, going forward. I like how it says, you'll find it includes active nuke zones, nearby player vending machines, and events, giving you an easy way to find and fast travel to the activities. That is really helpful. Instead of having to scroll across the map, and I've had to do this recently to try and do some level ups, but if you've popped a bunch of lunchboxes and you're trying to find events and you have to scroll all the way across the map to do it, that's now going to help you, because you can just be like, oh, there's this event nearby, click. Oh, what's that? I've got to do this, daily challenge of buy 3 things from a vendor. Oh, there's a vendor really close to me. Click. You no longer have to look around and do all that kind of stuff, which is great. I think that's actually I should have put that on the major list, because that's actually a really big improvement that probably a lot of people will overlook, but that's actually pretty decent. Now that I've given that proper read, that's actually really decent. And then finally, we have melee attack improvements. Now, it says that we've read some feedback from the Fallout 76 community that melee attacks could use a tune-up. I don't know. I've only just started using melee, and that's because the Rosebush Wrench has just been dropped into the game to do stuff where you can kill a specific amount of things and you get something. So I've only done that recently. So it says, going forward, your hacks, slashes, smashes, and chops should feel a little bit more fluid and hit more reliably. I haven't actually seen any problems with the melee combat. I know that if you do a sprint attack, you do a really heavy attack, you can do quick attacks. I don't know if you can do lunge attacks, but I've not actually seen anything wrong with the melee attacks. So if you're a melee build, let me know if this is actually a big thing for you guys, or if it's just kind of like a tweak that's going to help you out a little bit down the line. And let me know everything that you guys think on all this kind of stuff. Like I said, this is just the cliff notes. I don't want to sit here and just read it out verbatim. That's kind of pointless. And by the way, there is a script surplus event this weekend. That's not really helpful for me. I'm already at max script, and I will be at max script forever, because I have enough stuff to basically script myself back up to max every time I spend a little bit of scrap. So I don't it's not really important for me, but it's pretty nice that they're doing some, a purveyor thing again. It's not a purveyor sale, but it's a script surplus. So make sure to join in from January 28th all the way up to February 1st. Now I'm pretty sure January 28th is actually today. Let me just check. Yeah, it is. So it starts today. Go ahead and check it out. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is basically just the cliff notes of this amazing amount of information that they've just given us. I am beyond stoked. It's absolutely great. I also like the fact that they're using Sir Crockington's giant older brother. That's cool. But yeah, let me know what you actually guys think about all this kind of stuff. Are you excited for some of this stuff? Do you think it's not really needed and some other parts of the game could be doing with fixing? Have you got anything that you'd actually like to see added into a PTS that would then potentially be put into the game further down the line? Because the PTS is where they test everything. Let me know. Comments down below. Personally, I think this is great, but I want to hear from you guys. So until the next time, let me know, and of course, stay awesome.